How about a New Year's resolution revolution? As we say goodbye to 2021 and imagine what the future could hold, let's explore the good, the bad, and the impossible about New Year's resolutions and start the new year with a more compassionate and sustainable way forward. Let's start a New Year's resolution revolution and begin 2022 by setting ourselves up for success and happiness by becoming the hero in our own lives. Let's get real about New Year's resolutions. They suck. They're hard to comply with. First, the good news, most of us that make plans to drop that weight, get into better shape, kickstart that career move, or initiate any other life changes that we've been contemplating are more likely to achieve that goal if we make this promise at the beginning of the year than at any other time of the calendar. However, the bad news, by the end of February, it is estimated that 80% of New Year's resolutions will either fail or have been abandoned. Come on, be real. Each and every one of us have experienced it. We set certain goals and we do leave them behind at some point as the months follow on. The challenge of change. While there are many theories about why New Year's resolutions fail, number one, they're New Year's resolutions. We put a lot of pressure on setting a lot of goals at one time of the year. But there is one main underlying reason why our best laid out plans and intentions tend to fall apart. We are usually unrealistically tough on ourselves. We place a lot of pressure on our willpower to carry out the weight of what change demands, even though more times than not, we know in our heart that we're setting ourselves up to fail. Here's the thing about making changes in our lives. If making changes were as easy as creating the plan of what we want to change, we would have done it. It's not that easy, and it takes actionable steps forward, but we have to have love and compassion and be kind to ourselves. Change is hard. We're creatures of habit, and so making change needs to be done in a different way, with a little bit more love and tenderness, not harshness. The real challenge in making change is really about us learning to shift the way we think. Not only about how we will stick to the changes we want to make, but changing the way we treat ourselves when we are making an effort to change. Rather than struggling with harsh restrictions, unsustainable goals, and relentless self-criticism in our moments of vulnerability, what if we were to shift that paradigm? Let's change that. What if this year, rather than overburdening ourselves with harsh and impossible goals, and many of them all at the same time, what if we just make one New Year's resolution to become the hero in your own life? Becoming the hero in our own life is important. But before we can become a hero in our own life, it's important to understand, what does that mean? What is a hero and what does it do? A hero is someone who shows up in times of trouble, hangs in there, even when the going gets tough. A hero has compassion for someone who is struggling against all odds. They stay the course. They are not derailed by setbacks or seemingly impossible odds. And the main thing, a hero has faith in their skill set and trusts themselves to carry their day, restore order at times that they wobble, and allows themselves to ride out chaos in an effective, meaningful, lasting way. A hero has faith in their ability to handle whatever shows up in life. A promise to yourself. What would change if I were to become a hero in my own life? It's a great question to ask yourself. The answer? Just about everything. Becoming the hero in your own life is making a promise to yourself, making a new deal to become kind, brave, and confident in who you are and what you can achieve. If you were to become the hero in your own life, you would show up with compassion for yourself, even when you've had a tough day. Rather than be hard on yourself and go off course using comfort food, substances, or numbing yourself, you would forgive yourself and look for ways to make healthier choices in the future. You would correct and continue instead of harping on things that went off track. You would begin to set healthy boundaries around work and the demands of others, and you would learn to take care of yourself by limiting what drains you. by allowing yourself to have time to relax and recover from the wear and tear of your daily bread. Allowing yourself to rest is a skill, but is also something that we all have to choose in our life. Faith in you. As a hero in your own life, you would have faith in your skill set, creativity, and allow yourself to be resourceful to figure out how to meet new challenges. If you found yourself physically or emotionally in need of support or interventions, you would make finding that support or resource a priority. You would allow yourself to stay connected to your feelings and bring in supports as you need them versus waiting until you hit rock bottom. And if you're finding yourself struggling, you would ask for help. You also would cut yourself some slack and know when to give yourself time and rest or compassion and just simply understanding that this is a moment in time and the moment will pass. You would stand up for yourself and make sure to factor in joy, connection with others, and fun into the equation of your life. Bringing in joy day to day allows us to have a lot of gratitude for our life. Most of all, rather than feeling daunted and taunted by your own self-criticism and self-judgment, you would become your own best friend, confident, and cheerleader. The way we speak to ourselves is quite powerful, and many of us are quite hard on ourselves. Learning to have compassion and love is a skill we all need to learn, practice, and foster. Aligning with your highest and best. Becoming the hero in your own life aligns with your highest and best. I always believe that we're born and we're trying to become higher, better versions of ourselves. That's by allowing yourself to hold yourself in a place of love, compassion, support, kindness, and being your best cheerleader. You need to be your own fan. Be proud of who you are, how far you've come, and where you would like to plant the seeds of where you want to grow. When you become the hero in your life, you shift the paradigm from self-scrutiny to self-confidence. And you become more present and self-aware, learning to pause and reflect and notice things that go off course and then correct and continue. You bring in compassion for yourself and become more corrected and connected with your emotions. Allow yourself accuracy in noticing what emotions come up versus brushing them aside or criticizing them or being hard on yourself. You bring in better self-care practices. You build in resilience by making your faith and belief in yourself bigger than your fear and self-doubt. And in doing so, you find the courage to try new things, to grow, learn, and set new goals. The future is imagination. You can imagine how beautiful and amazing you want to manifest and make it. And you begin factoring yourself in the equation of your life. You learn to factor in happiness. You learn to bring in social connections, activities, interests, and goals of where you want to be versus seeing yourself as stuck. That allows you to bring in more joy, gratitude, and happiness. Let's take a mindful moment right now to inhale and exhale and ask yourself, what else do I need to do to be my own hero? What else do I need to do to support myself day to day, to be my own cheerleader, and to allow myself to see the good in me versus the difficulties and challenges and obstacles? Let's take a moment right now and take a deep inhale in and breathe out. Another deep inhale in and breathe out. Let's take this mindful moment and reflect on your New Year's resolution revolution by aligning with your highest and best and becoming the hero in your own life. Let's align with your highest and best. If your mind tends to wander, gently bring it back to your breath, inhaling and exhaling, and focusing on today's meditation, being a hero to yourself. as I gently welcome you back. With a hero like you by your side, just imagine the possibilities. As we say goodbye to this year as it's winding down and look forward to a future, remember you are worthy of love just the way you are. But if you're considering just making one resolution this year, consider making the promise to yourself to become the hero in your own life. I'm wishing you a healthy, happy, and fulfilling new year, filled with possibilities and dreams. Remember, the future is imagination. Imagine what you want to manifest and bring into your life versus what you're afraid of or scared of or nervous about. Imagine a healthy, happy, fulfilling new year.